and the outer covering of next one is phosphatic, that is phosphorus. There's mineral vault again, but phosphatic. And the first one is conodont. Conodont is a phylum called chordata, that is jawless vertebrates. Okay, so mostly we get to see this is actually a soft-bodied organism, of which had a chordat. Chordat means which have a spinal cord type of thing. But the fossils that we get are mostly the tooth or teeth of the phylum conodont, of the organism conodont. Okay, so tooth-like fossil objects usually occur in marine rocks. So what we get is mostly the tooth of conodonts. Indicators of thermal maturation. So it helps us to identify thermal maturation used for analysis of hydrocarbon analysis. Okay, thermal maturation means, for example, the source rock. There is a index called thermal maturity index, where we use conodonts, where we use pollen grains. Okay, to understand how much maturity has been gained by the certain source rock. Okay, so these are the indicators, like pollen grains. We also use the how much, like for example, yellowishness of pollen grains gives us indication of how much maturity the rock has gained. Whereas also conodont identification index also helps us to understand the maturity or thermal maturity of the rock. Okay, so I'll now show you how the organism looked like. So this is actually an image that was generated, because we don't know how it looked like, because we do not get soft-bodied fossils of conodont. We only get the tooth of conodont, but actually it looked like this. Okay, so this used to look like this, and we get the tooth of conodonts. Okay, they're actually fish-like organisms. So yeah, these are conodonts. Then comes siliceous mineral worlds, that are siliceous mineral world C. So now the outer covering will be siliceous in nature, silica rich. Okay, the first one is diatoms, again very important. So type is microalgae. So diatom is an algae. Remember, diatom is an algae. Also, coccoliths are also algae. Algae are what? No, the green colored, uh, like uh, green colored organisms that may have been you have seen in different in your house walls. Okay, so उसको क्या बोलते हैं, सावला को क्या बोलते हैं, बंगाली we call it shawla. But you know what algae are, right? So these are actually algae, or like fossilized algae. Diatoms are microalgae. Cell walls are silica. Frustules, you don't have to remember frustules, but mostly you will remember the silica rich. Okay, shape is, it can be cylindrical, disc like. Okay, different shapes are there, I'll show you. And habitat is fresh water. It can live in fresh water also, like lakes, and it can also live in ocean water, like marine. Okay, function, it can cook its own food. Okay, so it is a photosynthetic organism, diatoms. This one is also photosynthetic because it is an algae, coccoliths. Okay, so I'll show you diatoms. Where was it? This one, no? EJI. Yeah. So as you can see, these are the different kinds of diatoms. Okay, different shapes and sizes it comes, and these are the diatoms. Okay, I'm showing you images so that you can remember it very well, because pictorial representation of data are actually very good for our memory. So these were diatoms. Okay, next will be, I think, radiolaria. Yeah, so radiolaria, the type is, it is a unicellular protozoa. Okay, protozoa. Structure is the silica skeletons. Shape is spherical, bell shaped, like this. And habitat, it is a marine environment. Only marine you will find the radiolaria. Okay, so I show you radiolaria. Just a minute. Okay, yeah. So this is a radiolaria. You can see. Okay, this is how it will look like. Next will be sponges. Sponges are type are multicellular. It's a porifera. Structure is a porous bodies. Shape variable, asymmetric. Asymmetric means there is no symmetry. Okay, and habitat is marine, freshwater. So what is the symmetry? I think you know this, but still I'll show. So for example, this is actually symmetric. Okay, for example, us humans are bilaterally symmetric. Bilateral symmetric means, for example, a butterfly is also a bilateral symmetry is there. That means the left side is equal to the right side. There is bilateral symmetry. If you cut it, the left side will be similar to the right side. It's a mirror image. Okay, say for example a prism. Prism is like, okay, just I'll show you. Say a six-sided prism. So even if you cut it from here, even cut it from here, it will be symmetric in nature. So symmetry is more established in this type of objects. Okay, but for example, I'm drawing a certain, say for example like this, maybe a, this is completely asymmetric in nature, this shape. Okay, there is no symmetry. If you cut it from it here, the left side does not resemble the right side. Okay, so there is no symmetry here. That means it is asymmetric. So asymmetricity is there in sponges. Okay, it's a marine and it's freshwater, both you can find the sponges. So I'll show the diagram later on after reading all the silicoflagellates and organic pollens. So second one, next one is the silicoflagellate. It's again a microalgae. Silica skeleton and shape are star shaped. It's a delicate, very delicate structure. Remember, it's a star shaped structure, silicoflagellate, and marine environments, and function is photosynthetic because it is an algae. Okay, so again, photosynthetic. So these are all the silica walled organisms whose walls are made up of silica. Okay, then last we have the organic walled. That means the walls are made up of organic nature only. So soft, like not soft, but yeah, they are not like, it can be hard also. Organic walls also can be hard, but it's not made up of any kind of mineral. Okay, it's totally organic in nature. So we get pollens. Okay, multicellular male germinant body of the flowering plant. Okay, pollens. So then we get spores. There is propagative and reproductive single or few cell body of nano flowering plants. You also get spores from fungus, right? Spores of fungus you have heard. So similar to that, you got spores. It's similar to pollens, but very smaller in size. Then we have seeds, seed coat, wood fragments, and so dinoflagellates. Types are unicellular algae. Structure is cellular plates. Shape is biflagellate. It contains two flagella. Flagella means actually, for example, say this is actually a flagella. You know, it's actually a flagella. It helps the organism for navigating in the water. Okay. Then habitat is marine and freshwater, and function it is also photosynthetic, and it is a heterotrophic. Heterotrophic means it is a what? It can make its own. It can also hunt organisms, okay, and eat them. So this were rhinoflagellates. Now one by one I'll show you different images. Okay, so this is a okay. So this is actually a silicoflagellate. Okay, a silicoflagellate you can see. I hope you can see it. Yeah. So this star-like shape, and it's a silicoflagellate. Next one is I'll show you sponges next. Yeah. So this is actually a sponge. You can see still now you can see all these things. If you have ever done submarine like water diving, okay, in Andaman they do this, and you will find a lot of corals and the sponges underwater diving. Okay, sponges are done. Next are actually dinoflagellates and pollens. So this is what I was trying to show you. This is actually the different stages of a pollen grains. Different pollen grains are here, and also you can see that this is also a thermal maturity index. Okay, like conodont, where we actually observe different pollens and their color. So it's actually a color index. So like more the brownish color, more will be the thermal maturity of the rock. Okay, more heat it has gained. So that's how we get to see the pollen maturity index. And last is the dinoflagellate. So this is actually a dinoflagellate. Dinoflagellate, remember, they have organic walls. Okay, organic walls are there. Okay, so I think this would be it for today's class. This will be a short class, but actually I've shown you a lot of diagrams and all. So we stretched the class. But yes, in the next class we'll talk about the applications of microfossils. Okay. Okay.